Okay, this video I'm just going to walk you through how we set up ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft to manage our marketing automation. So I'm just going to walk you through this flow chart to show you what we're doing, and then I'll dig into Infusionsoft and ClickFunnels and show you how we do it. So we have 5 landing pages set up, and each of these landing pages gives away a separate free report. These are the 5 free reports that we're giving away, and every time we spend money on Facebook ads and promoting these landing pages on our blog and through social, and every time someone lands on one of these landing pages, they sign up for a free report. And if they do sign up for a free report, then they are instantly taken to a thank you page, which is a video, and that video says, hey, thank you for signing up for the free report, and by the way, the free report works really well when you implement it with this, which is a training that we sell for $37. It's called a flight plan, and we sell that to the people who sign up for the free report. Partially, we sell that as a way of paying for the Facebook traffic, and also to segment people who sign up into buyers and leads straight away. Okay, so what happens is we'll walk through the example of a perfect customer who signs up, they watch the video, they then click on the button and say, yes, I want to buy the flight plan. They go through to an order form, they fill in the order form, and then they land on a thank you page where they get their free report and their details for the flight plan that they've just purchased. Now, of course, not everyone who visits the landing page signs up for the free report. So for those people that visit the landing page and don't sign up for the free report, we pixel them and then retarget them on Facebook. So we just put an ad in front of them that follows them around on Facebook and says, hey, remember that free report you were going to sign up for? Well, it's still here. You should come sign up for it. And then what happens if people sign up and they don't buy the flight plan, which most people don't buy the flight plan? What we do then is we drop them into an email sequence. We engage them in an email sequence, and we just remind them about that flight plan over the next few days. We say, hey, really hope you're enjoying the free report you downloaded. By the way, you should check out that flight plan that we spoke about. It's really good, and it will help you implement the information in that free report. And then we just drive them straight back to that video page. Again, if people make it through the video page onto the order form, but they don't buy, we say, hey, that's kind of cool that you made it to the order form, but for some reason you didn't fill it out. Is there a problem? Can we help you with anything? And we drive them back to the order form just as a way of reminding them. And then ultimately we want them to end up on that thank you page. So that's what it looks like at a high level. That's the visual overview of how we do it. Now I'm going to dive into ClickFunnels and show you how we set up the individual landing pages. And then I'm going to dive into Infusionsoft and show you how we set up the email campaigns and the sequencing. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so we use ClickFunnels to set up all our landing pages and our order forms and our thank you pages and our video sales pages. And this is what ClickFunnels looks like. You can just go to clickfunnels.com and sign up. And then we also use Infusionsoft to automate all of our emails and tagging and marketing automation and our sales automation. So they're the 2 products that we're using. Okay, so if I log in over to ClickFunnels, you'll see here I've got some funnels set up already. What I'm going to do now is I've got these 2 lead magnets here set up, better clients and client meetings. And if you remember from the first part of this video, I need to set up one for proposals, and I need to set up one for scope creep, because they're the 2 other landing pages that we don't have set up yet. So what I'm going to do is go into the client meeting lead magnet here, click on edit funnel. And all I'm going to do here, this is a brand new funnel that I set up yesterday. So all I'm going to do now is come up here and click on duplicate funnel. And then click on continue. So yes, I do want to duplicate the funnel. Now that's going to take a couple of minutes for that funnel to actually appear in my list of funnels. Says here, please wait a couple of minutes for it to appear on your dashboard. So typically speaking, what I like to do is just give it a couple of minutes and then refresh my ClickFunnels dashboard, and it should appear. And you can see it here, copy of Facebook client meeting lead magnet. Okay, so now this is where it kind of gets important. First thing I'm going to do is come into this funnel and edit the name of the funnel. And I'm going to call this funnel up here in the funnel settings under edit funnel, under the little gear icon. I'll click on that, and I'm going to call this funnel proposals lead magnet, because that's the free report that we're giving away in this particular funnel. I'm going to leave it tagged as WP Elevation so it appears with all the other WP Elevation funnels in my dashboard. The domain is get.wpelevation.co, and I'm going to leave the path blank. And then I'm going to click Update Funnel. Now, the first thing I want to do now is set the 4 URLs for my pages. I've got an opt-in page here where they opt in for the free report. I've got a sales page. I've got my order form and my thank you page. The first thing I want to do is set my URLs. And the way I do that is come over to this little gear icon here and edit the page URL. So the opt-in page, I'm just going to leave it as opt-in because that's what the page actually is, and I'm the only one that sees that in my dashboard here. So I'm going to leave that as opt-in. The domain is get.wplevation.co, and the path here is, in this particular case, is better proposals. With the next funnel that I set up, which is about scope creep, that path will be scope-creep. But in this case, it's better proposals, and then I click Update Page. Okay, now I want to come to the sales page, and I want to update the URL of my sales page, which in this case is going to be get.wplevation.co, and it's going to be better proposals success, because that's what happens when you download, when you opt in for the Better Proposals checklist, you get taken to a page that says Better Proposals Success, and a video plays that is a thank you video and a sales video for the Better Clients flight plan that we're selling. So that's the URL for the sales page. And I use this standard naming convention so that it's easy for me to remember when I need to put these URLs in Infusionsoft later, which I'll show you. Now the order form, what I do here is change the order form URL to be get.wplevation.co, and that will be Better Proposals. I just use the initials of the actual lead magnet, Better Proposals, and then Better Clients Flight Plan, which is the initials of the product that we're selling, and the word order. So BP-BCFP-order. And as long as that is unique, as long as there's no other lead magnet with the same initials as this one, then I won't get into strife. And this domain name, by the way, we run through Cloudflare, and we use their free SSL certificate on Cloudflare to make sure that we can process secure transactions, credit card transactions through this URL. Okay, update that page URL. And then finally on the thank you page, I'm going to change the URL here to be get.wplevation.co, and this will be Better Proposals Download. Update page. Alrighty, we're done. Now, first thing I want to do is go into my opt-in page, and I want to change the opt-in page to reflect the actual lead magnet that I'm giving away. So I come over here and open my editor, and then once I'm in my ClickFunnels editor, I can start making changes to the page. So the first thing I want to do is just change this image here. And here are some images I've uploaded earlier. This is a writing proposals. So I'm going to use that image there. 5-point checklist to writing better proposals. Pretty sweet. And then I want to change this headline here, and I want to make it the same color as this green, which is also this green here. So I come over here and change the color of that text and the bold color of that text. And I'm going to say here, grab your 5-point checklist for writing better proposals. You will learn I'm a terrible typist. How I grew from $1,000 clients to $25,000 clients by writing better proposals. That's a true story, by the way. Just, big caveat, don't make any claims that aren't true. That's not very cool, but this is a true story. And then in here, I'm going to say discover, and then I'm going to write 3 bullet-pointed benefit-driven bullet points here to encourage our visitor to actually click this button and download the free ebook. And so the 3, I won't make you sit here and watch me type. I will hit pause and I'll fill these in. Okay, so now I've written some benefits here of the actual free report that we're giving away. They're the 3 benefits there. And I've also changed this here to say co-founder WP elevation, not video user manuals, which it said previously. We've put some of our partner logos here for some credibility. I've put my photo there so people know that we're real, that we're not a spam robot, that we are real people. And I'm now going to save my changes, and you'll notice here what happens is when you push this button, a pop-up appears. So when the end user pushes this button to download their free ebook, it's called a 2-step pop-in. They click that button, and then this pop-up will appear, and they then need to put their email address in and click that button there. So you want to make sure whatever is in this pop-up matches what's on this page here. So here I actually want to say download your free ebook. That's fine because I've got free ebook on the button, but I want to make this button green, not blue, because it's a bit of a disconnect. So I'm going to change that, and I'm going to paste in the color green that we're using. There we go. Yep, beautiful. And save. All right. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. That's ready to go, that page. I can exit out of this page. Save. ClickFunnels remind you that you haven't saved. There we go. I'm going to exit out of this page. There is one other thing I need to do on this page later, which is actually connect it to the correct campaign in Infusionsoft, but I'll cover that in a little while. Next thing I want to do is go to my sales page and make sure that the correct video is loaded up, because at the start, I'll show what happens. I'll open this page and I'll have to stop the video, which will auto-play. G'day. Okay, so when someone signs up for the free report, they get redirected to this page that says, yay, it worked, please watch this short video for instructions. And in that video, I say, hey, thank you for downloading the free report. By the way, you should really check out this Better Clients Flight Plan thing that we've got, because it will really help you implement the information in the report. There's a couple of things I need to do because I've duplicated this funnel. First thing is I need to make sure this video is the correct video, because at the start of this video, I actually name the report that they've downloaded. So if they've downloaded the Better Client Meetings report, at the start of this video, I'm going to say, hey, thank you for downloading our free report to help you run better client meetings. And then I'm going to go into the rest of the video. In this particular case, this is for writing better proposals, so I need to make sure the right video is in here, which has the better proposals thing at the start. So I've already recorded these videos and uploaded them to Wistia, which is where we host our videos, and I'm now going to grab the correct video from Wistia and pop it in here. Okay, back in ClickFunnels, I can now just click the gear icon above the video player, and I've got Wistia as my video. You can use YouTube or Vimeo or your own video. We use Wistia, and then in here, I just need to paste in my Wistia URL, and I'm going to select autoplay on. So as soon as they opt in and land on this thank you page, the video will automatically play and thank them. I'm going to click on save. And so what I've done is just made I've just made one video which outlines all the information in the Better Clients Flight Plan and the price point and all the benefits, which is a sales video for that product. And then I just shot 5 individual intros, which, and each intro references the free report that they've downloaded and then segues into the sales video. And all I did in the edit was just put a screenshot, a title card over the edit, so you couldn't tell that it was the same video on the back end. I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. The only other thing I want to do now is I want to make sure that all this stuff underneath the video appears at the right time. So each of these videos is a slightly different length. And what I want to do is make sure that in each video, when I announce the pricing for this flight plan, that this stuff here appears. Because if this appears straight away, people might get scared off and they think, oh, you're trying to sell me something. Whereas what I want to do is I want to outline the benefits of what it is we've got before I announce the price. So these flight plans normally sell for $197, but at this point we offer it to someone for $37 because they've just signed up for one of our free reports, and we want to reward them for being a fast mover and someone who takes action. And we also, as I said before, we're trying to segment our list into buyers and leads, and also pay for our Facebook ads at the same time. That's why we offer them a low cost product on the front end. So what I want to do here is, if I come down to these sections in ClickFunnels, if I hover over an element, so essentially you've got elements, which are orange, you've got rows, which are blue, and then you've got sections, which are green. So if I want this whole section to appear at a certain time, I just click on the gear icon for the section, and then I come down here and it says timed style fade in at 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Well, that was right for the old funnel that I duplicated, but what I need to do is make sure that the 4 minute and 51 second, I need to make sure I've got that right for the new video. So I need to go and watch the video on Wistia and grab the time code at the right point at which I announce the pricing. Okay, so I just went and checked this out in Wistia, and this video I announced the pricing at 4 minutes 59. So I know that's only a subtle difference, but I want that pricing, I want this to appear at exactly the right time. So I'm going to update that to 4 minutes 59. And then I'm also going to do the same for this section here, which outlines exactly what's in the Better Clients Flight Plan, all the modules and how it works. And then I'm going to do the same for this last section down here, which is the call to action order button. Okie dokie, I'm going to save those changes. Now, there's a couple of other things I need to change on this sales page, namely the URL that people are taken to when they click the sales button, the order button. And that is going to be, if you remember before, I put together that order form, and see this one from the old funnel that I copied is called CM for Client Meetings, Better Clients Flight Plan Order. So I'm going to change that to Better Proposals -BCFP Order. And I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to make this button go to the same page. I'm going to save. And then finally, we give them this link down here that says, hey, you know, I don't want better clients right now. Just give me my free ebook that I signed up for. And I say, okay, cool. So I'm going to highlight that. And in here, this is the old funnel, Client Meetings Thank You. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. Should have been download. And this one is going to be called Better Proposals Download. Sweet. Okay. Save my changes, and that page is now done, except the only other thing I want to do here is change this to, say, WP Elevation. All right. This page is now done, so my sales page is done. When they click on this button, they're taken to the order form. If they click on this button, they're just taken to the download page. They skip the order form and just go download their ebook. Cool. So now I'm going to exit this page, and we're going to go and attack the order form. Okay, there's only one thing we need to do on the order form, and that is update the product that we're actually selling on the order form. Because when you duplicate a funnel in ClickFunnels, it doesn't duplicate the product with the order form. So all I need to do here is click on the product tab here, click on add product, give the product a name as it will appear on the order form, which in this case is Better Clients Flight Plan. Infusionsoft is our billing integration. We're selling this for $37 US. I'm going to ignore all of that. It is a one-time charge in Infusionsoft. This is the product here, Better Clients Flight Plan. And no promo codes. And I'm optionally going to delete declined invoices. So if an order doesn't go through because of a credit card failure, I'm going to delete that invoice in Infusionsoft. And then I'm also going to go to the fulfillment email, and I'm going to make sure this is all empty so that they don't get this email, because I want the fulfillment emails to be coming out of Infusionsoft. So I'm just going to keep that blank and that blank. And that's all good. Create product, and you'll see it update here. Better Clients Flight Plan, $37. So that order form page now is ready to go. I might just kick it open and have a quick look at it to make sure it's all good. The logo's up there. Get the brand new Better Clients Flight Plan training for only $37. We've got the benefits and what's included, the modules in the flight plan there. We've got our contact information, billing details, the Better Clients Flight Plan for $37. Australian customers will be charged an additional 10%. It's in US dollars, credit card form, and guarantee, testimonial, and security. Sweet. I might want to change that to WP Elevation, actually. There we go. That was a little catch there. So I'm going to kick this open in the page editor and just come down here and update that. Beautiful. Save. Exit. Okay, now the only thing I want to do is update the thank you page so that when they finally get to the thank you page, they actually get the right download. And this thank you page is pretty generic. So if they've bought the product, it says, woohoo, here is your free ebook that they originally downloaded. Please check your email inbox for any additional instructions and download links. So if they have bought the Better Clients Flight Plan, they will get another email in their inbox, and I'm just telling them here, go do that. But if they haven't bought it, doesn't matter, because I'm going to send them an email with this report anyway. So either way, I want them to go check their email inbox, and I'm also training them here to go check their email inbox because I want them to know that when I email them, I give them good value. Here, I'm going to update this image to be the correct one, which is the Writing Better Proposals checklist. Download the ebook now. So I need to also make sure that this is the right link. At the moment, this is going to the old link. I need to update that there, and I also need to update it there. Okay, so now I've got my links right here for the actual download, and we just host the PDFs on Amazon S3. Doesn't matter, you can host them anywhere. You can just stick them up in your WordPress site and grab the link. Doesn't matter. We just host them on Amazon S3. So I've got that link right and that link right. And now, importantly, this here, I want them to share the report with their friends. So when they click on this button, I want the URL that they're sharing to actually be the very first opt-in page in the funnel, which in this case, the URL is Better Proposals. And this piece of text that appears in Twitter, I want it to say, write better proposals with this free 5-point checklist from WP Elevation, and then it comes from the WP Elevation Twitter handle. Sweet. Save that, and we're done on that page. Okay, so that's pretty much it for ClickFunnels. The only thing we need to do now in ClickFunnels is connect the very first opt-in page with the right form in Infusionsoft, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. But right now, I'm going to hop into Infusionsoft and show you how to connect all this up. Okay, woo, we're in Infusionsoft. And you'll see here, let me just explain what this means. These are just placeholders. This just means that we're using Facebook and our blog to drive traffic. This here is a form that we're driving traffic to. And these forms are actually the forms that are connected with the landing pages in ClickFunnels. And then once someone goes through this form, they go through one sequence, which actually delivers the free ebook to their email inbox in case they miss the thank you page. Then, I'll explain this in a moment, then we basically put them into a reminder sequence to sell the Better Clients Flight Plan if they haven't bought it. What this diamond here does is it checks the record of the customer and says, hey, have they already bought the Better Clients Flight Plan? If they have, bypass this, send them down into this sequence, which removes a particular tag, which I'll explain later, and then waits 15 minutes, reapplies the tag to get them out of the campaign. But if they're not tagged as someone who has bought the Better Clients Flight Plan, then drop them into this campaign and send them an email for the next 3 days to remind them to go and buy that flight plan. Now, while they're in this sequence, if at any point they buy the flight plan or they're tagged as welcome to the flight plan, then they get pulled out of that campaign. If they go through the 3 emails and they don't buy, then they're tagged as ignored the flight plan, and that also pulls them out of the campaign. So what we're going to do now is we're going to duplicate this whole sequence here for a new lead magnet called Better Proposals. And here's how we do it. The first thing we're going to do is set a goal to start the sequence. And that goal, if we click on this little blue tag here, we can choose that the goal is submit a web form. Click on save. And then we're going to name that Better Proposals. I really can't type. And then we're going to connect that goal to a campaign, to a sequence, called Deliver Better Proposals Download. Then we're going to connect that to a second sequence. I'm just going to move all of that. Just going to move all that down one. There we go. Then we're going to connect that to a second sequence, and we're going to connect it to this sequence here. And then that automatically drops in our diamond. So we're now going to just name this sequence Better Clients Reminder. And I'm going to double click on the diamond to pull up the criteria for this automation. Now, what happens in this diamond, it says you essentially here you create rules, and based on the rule will determine where the customer ends up. So the first rule here is for the Better Clients Reminder. And so what I want to do here is I want to run a rule that says, hey, if the contacts tags do not include, so it doesn't contain, if contacts tags doesn't contain Better Clients Flight Plan Welcomed, then put them in this reminder sequence. See, when someone buys the Better Clients Flight Plan, this is critical. When somebody buys the Better Clients Flight Plan, they're sent an email with their login details, and then they are tagged as Better Clients Flight Plan Welcomed. So if in this case, their tags do not contain that tag, then we want to put them in a reminder sequence to remind them to go buy the Better Clients Flight Plan because it's really helpful and is awesome and will benefit them. However, if the contacts tags does contain, so if contacts tags contains this Better Clients Flight Plan Welcomed tag, that means they've already bought the Better Clients Flight Plan. So we don't want to send them reminders. What we want to do is we want to drop them into another sequence, which I'll show you in a moment, but we want to basically remove this tag, wait 15 minutes, and then reapply it to end the campaign so they don't get hassled with emails for a product they've already bought. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so we've got our decision diamond in place. So what happens is if they have already been tagged Better Clients Flight Plan Welcome, then what we do is in here, we remove the tag, Better Clients Flight Plan Welcomed. We just remove that tag. We wait 15 minutes for Infusionsoft to run its magic, and then we reapply the tag, Better Clients Flight Plan Welcomed. Yeah, we apply that tag. So we've just removed it, waited 15 minutes, and reapplied it. Now, why the hell would you do that, you ask? Well, I'll show you. Because one of the goals to end this whole campaign is being tagged as Better Clients Welcomed. So this goal here, Better Clients Flight Plan Welcomed, that's a tag which is a goal which ends this whole campaign. So this sequence here, the little flag means stops immediately when a goal is achieved. The other option is to run this sequence until completed. But what we want to do is we want to stop this immediately when a goal is achieved. And so one of the goals is someone is tagged as Better Clients Welcomed. So what we do here is we remove the tag, wait 15 minutes, reapply it, and then instantly they're pulled out of this campaign and they're done. This campaign is completely over for that customer. So that's why this decision diamond here says, hey, if they're already tagged, just go remove it, wait 15 minutes, reapply it, and then pull them out of the campaign and they're done. If they're not tagged as welcomed, then let's send them some reminders because we know this product is awesome. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to make sure that our emails are written in here. We need to make sure our emails are written in here. We need to connect this to ClickFunnels, and then we need to connect our traffic sources. What we also need to do is from this reminder sequence, we need to say, hey, this reminder sequence also finishes automatically if one of these goals is achieved. So if you get, because there's going to be 3 emails in here, right? And they're going to run one day apart. So every day for 3 days, you're going to receive an email saying, hey, go buy the Better Clients Flight Plan. But if you buy after the first email, I don't want to send you the next 2. That's annoying. So what I'm going to do here is say, hey, if you buy the Better Clients Flight Plan, then you're done. That's a goal, and you're out of that sequence. And in here, you'll see this is a purchase for a specific product, and it is the Better Clients Flight Plan. Yeah. One of the other goals is you can be tagged as welcomed. And so the reason I've got that there is someone, automation never works 100%. Someone might email us and say, hey, I bought the flight plan and you've sent me a reminder email, and we go, hey, sorry, and we log in, and for whatever reason they haven't been tagged, so we tag them as welcomed, and then that just pulls them out of that campaign straight away. So that's just another little security blanket there to make sure our timers and our automation is covered. And at the end of this sequence, if they haven't bought, I'm going to, after 3 emails, I'm going to tag them as ignored the Better Clients Flight Plan. So that is also a goal that can get them out of the campaign. So this sequence here is now connected to those 3 goals. Yeah. You'll notice when something goes light green, that means that there are changes we need to publish. And if something is gray, that means it's not ready to publish because there's nothing in there. So first thing I want to do is make sure that this email sequence here is written. So I'm going to double click in here, and I'm going to come to sequence and say copy from campaign. And because I've already written these emails for the other lead magnets, I'm just going to choose the Better Clients Flight Plan funnel, and I'm going to select the deliver the Better Clients checklist. And that is going to load everything from that campaign into this sequence here. And all I need to do is change the details based on the lead magnet that they've downloaded. So they haven't downloaded the Better Clients Bigger Budgets ebook here. They've actually downloaded the Better Proposals checklist, which is a new tag. So I'm going to create that tag, and I'm going to stick it in the in the content leads category. I'm going to put that in the content leads category because that is a piece of content we use to generate leads. Content leads, Better Proposals checklist, and I'm going to apply that tag. So in my database, I will know everyone who has signed up to our list from that piece of content, and those people are generally more interested in receiving information about proposals than they are receiving information about, getting new clients, for example. Then I'm going to wait 15 minutes before I deliver the download. And the reason is I want them to watch the video before I give them the download because I want them to buy the Better Clients Flight Plan. So I'm going to wait 15 minutes and then run on any day between midnight and 11:45 p.m. So that basically means it'll run any time. Okay, if it's going to run any day of the week between midnight and 11:45 p.m., that essentially means it will run any time. 15 minutes after they've opted in, and then we deliver the download. And this download email, here's one we prepared earlier, basically says, hey, the subject line is Better Clients Checklist. So I'm just going to change that to Better Proposals Checklist. And then it says, hey, contact first name, which will be, hey, Matt, you requested the Better Clients Bigger Budgets Checklist. So I just need to change that to say, hey, you requested the free Better Proposals Checklist. In case you missed it, you can download it here. Enjoy and make sure you take action. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit reply and tell me what you think. Seriously, I try to respond to everyone. Now, this download here, it just comes straight from Amazon S3. So I'm just going to update that a little bit later. I haven't quite got my PDF ready yet, but I'm going to update that later. I'm going to put my Amazon S3 link in there. So when they click on that, it just goes straight to a PDF in Amazon S3. Yeah? Cool. Then I'm going to put this email into ready mode and go back to sequence. Okay, now I'm going to put this whole sequence, take it out of draft mode and put it in ready mode, and go back to campaign, and now you'll see it's turned from grey to light green because it's ready, but it hasn't been published yet. Okay, now in my Better Clients reminder sequence, what I'm going to do here, again, copy from campaign, copy from 300 funnel better clients flight plan. And I'm going to copy from one of the older ones there from my better clients checklist. And I'm just going to copy the same emails in. The only difference is going to be the content of these emails. So let me walk you through what this does. This applies a tag. In this reminder sequence, it applies a tag called in engagement series. And the reason I do that is because while someone is in this engagement series, I don't want to email them anything else. I don't want to email them my weekly newsletter or my podcast episode or anything else because they're in this engagement series. So I'm just going to apply in engagement series to let Infusionsoft know that they are currently engaged in a campaign. Then I'm going to wait 1 day because essentially what I'm doing here is I'm just waiting to see if they have bought the flight plan, and if they haven't, then a day later at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is Los Angeles, most of our customers are in the States, then I'm going to email them an email that says, hey, you should really buy that flight plan that we sent you. It's awesome. And so my email subject line just says, hey, did you see this? Yesterday you requested the better clients, bigger budgets. That's incorrect. I need to change that to better proposals. And I just wanted to check back in to see if you had a chance to read it yet. I also wanted to make sure you saw the video after you downloaded the ebook. And then this link here is just the sales page for this particular funnel. So if I go into the link and check the actual link that is currently in there, okay, it's blank. So what I want to do is I want to put in the sales page, which if you remember, for this link, is Better Proposals Success, because that's the page they get redirected to when they download the free book, yeah? So I'm just driving them back to that same video the next day, okay? And I'm just going to take a copy of that and then update. And then, there's some other stuff here. And again, I want this link to be updated. Insert, and then I sign off. Say, hey, no worries, go get it. And then I put that into ready mode and go back to sequence. Now, I want to wait at least a day. I want to give them 24 hours to get their head around it. And then I'm going to send the next one at 8:15 the following morning, just so that it doesn't look like it's completely automated. Who am I kidding? Everyone knows it's automated. And then I'm going to send them another email. And this one just says, hey, quick reminder, I just wanted to make sure you'd seen this. All I'm doing is going, hey, I know, we're busy. People are busy. I just want to make sure you've seen this. That's all. I'm not being, overly annoying about it, hopefully. Put the right URL in there. Update that link. And then, what are the benefits of this product? Hey, you should really go buy it. Remember, it'll really help you. Insert update link. Cool. And then put that into ready mode. And then back to sequence. And then I want to wait another day. And then I want to run the next email the following day at 8:30 a.m. Again, just to make sure it's not completely obvious that it's automated. And this one is basically a scarcity email. These emails, by the way, are a Gain Logic Fear campaign, courtesy of Ryan Dice and the guys at Digital Marketer. You should definitely go check out what they're doing, and I'm pretty sure you can get the Gain Logic Fear email sequence as a free download. So, and then this email says, hey, last chance. This is it. For the last few days, I've been talking about this. Well, this is it. I'm not going to talk about it again. You should definitely go buy this. Okay, so this link here again goes to the correct sales page, Better Proposals, because remember, they've downloaded a checklist that says 5-point checklist to getting better proposals. So this video says, hey, you've downloaded the 5-point checklist to getting better proposals. That's awesome. You should really take this flight plan. I don't want to send them to a generic video. I want to actually acknowledge that I know what they've downloaded. Yeah. So a little bit of complexity in the automation, but I think it pays off because it means that you actually care about your customers and where they're at. Alrighty. And then you have to excuse me that I sound like I've got a peg on my nose at the moment. I'm recovering from the man flu. Now, Infusionsoft sometimes does this, which is really annoying. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that all of that is set to Helvetica 12 points, and it will shrink sometimes like that. It's really annoying, but just make sure all the text is the right size and it's Helvetica 12 points, okay? Set that to ready mode, back to sequence. Cool. And then what we want to do is we want to wait at least 1 day. We're not going to send any more emails, but we're going to remove a tag, which is the engagement series. So we're telling Infusionsoft, this dude is no longer engaged in a campaign. It is now okay to send them our weekly newsletter and our podcast emails. Cool. And then we're also going to apply 2 more tags. One is our broadcast tag, which essentially puts them into our broadcast bucket. So our broadcast bucket is everyone who is tagged broadcast, but not tagged in engagement series. So that means they are okay to receive other information. And we're also going to put a tag here, which is that they've ignored the Better Clients Flight Plan. So that just tells me in my reports, people who have signed up for one of these lead magnets but have not bought the Better Clients Flight Plan. So I should probably have another conversation with them because they're just not interested in buying that product. And I just want to know that in Infusionsoft. Sweet. Now I put that campaign, that sequence into ready mode. Go back to my campaign. You'll see now it is light green, ready to publish. Woohoo! The only other thing I need to do now is connect this bad boy with ClickFunnels, and this is a little bit complicated, so bear with me. What I need to do is I need to double click on the form, and the first thing I need to do is get rid of first name because I'm not asking for first name in ClickFunnels, I'm just asking for email address. Then I need to come up here to field snippets, and I need to add a hidden field. And the hidden field I'm going to add is lead source. I'll explain this later. And then I'm going to click save. So all I'm doing is I'm capturing the email address and a hidden field called lead source ID. Now I'm actually going to feed that lead source ID into the URL of the page that I'm promoting on Facebook. And then there's a bit of JavaScript I'll share with you that takes the lead source ID from the URL and puts it into this hidden field so that when somebody signs up, I can tell in Infusionsoft where they've come from. And that's because the standard Infusionsoft site tracking code sucks. So we've fixed that by doing that. I know someone's going to flame me for that, but anyway. Now, the other thing I need to do is on the thank you page, I need to not use the standard thank you page, but I need to set my own thank you page for when people opt in. And if you remember, this thank you page will be Better Proposal Success because they've opted in for the Better Proposals checklist. This is the page I want them to go to once they opt in, okay? Now, what I need to do before I can get the code for this form, because believe it or not, the code doesn't update dynamically, what I need to do is put this into ready mode, go back to the campaign. I need to publish the campaign, which is okay because this isn't connected to anything at the moment. So no one's going to be going through here. I need to publish my campaign. It tells me all the changes that have been made. I click on publish. I publish my campaign. I go back into edit mode. Then I can come into my form and I can go to the code section of my form and I can grab the HTML code unstyled. I'll just grab all of that in there, copy it, come back over into ClickFunnels, and on my opt-in page, open the editor, and go to my email integration. And what I want to do here is we are using a custom HTML form email integration. We're not using the standard Infusionsoft API integration because we want to capture the lead source ID from the URL, which I spoke about before. So we're using a custom HTML form, and all I want to do is get rid of the old code from the funnel that I duplicated, paste in the new code, sync up email to email, pass and save web form. So I need to paste it in, and then pass and save web form, and then sync up email to email, and I'm done. And the only other thing I need to do is make sure that this URL for the thank you page is correct, which it is, Better Proposal Success. All right, save. Sweet. Right, so the only other thing that I want to make sure is in the opt-in page under tracking codes, I've got this bit of JavaScript here in the footer of the custom tracking codes. And this is the bit of JavaScript that actually takes the lead source ID from the URL and smashes it into the Infusionsoft lead source field for my customer. Yay. If you're really lucky, I'll stick that in a text file under the blog post, if I remember. Okay, done diddly done. Now it is time, my friends, to test, and make sure that when I sign up, that the lead source ID is actually captured in Infusionsoft. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kick open this page. Here's my page, my 5-point checklist of writing better proposals. Woohoo! Download my free ebook now. All right, it's looking pretty good. So my email address here will be, what's the date? It is July 17. So go Troy, July 17. Copy that so I can search for it in Infusionsoft. Okay, so I have used a tagged up URL with the correct lead source in it. I've opted myself in. I've been sent to the thank you page, which plays the right video and mentions the free report that I've just downloaded. And now if I come over to Infusionsoft and have a look at the contact information for the email address I used, you'll see here the lead source is the correct lead source that I wanted. That's been captured from that little piece of JavaScript that we wrote. Alrighty. Anything else? I think that's... the only thing I need to do now is just for, shits and giggles really, is just connect the lead source, the traffic sources here to the form. That actually doesn't do anything. It's just pretty. Just means that, that's a placeholder. That's where the traffic's coming from. No functionality there. The functionality actually starts here. So now when somebody signs up for the Better Proposals checklist, they get dropped into this sequence. It waits 15 minutes, delivers them that checklist, checks if they've bought the flight plan. If they haven't, puts them in a reminder campaign. If they have, puts them in this campaign where we remove the tag, reapply it, and then they're out. And then when they're in this campaign, if any of these things happen, they're out there as well. Wow, I hope that's melted your brain. And if you're using ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft, I hope that helps you in some way. We just made this video to train our own staff internally. Tell me I'm crazy in the comments. Tell me that marketing automation is a pain in the ass. Love to hear your comments and thoughts in the comments. Bye for now.